Breaking it down. It's really breaking it down. Everywhere. Aye. It's doing a good job. Very good job. Like there, you can kind of see the green. That's where I've missed it with the pressure washer, but I've just done like a second coat of vinegar just to kind of go at it again. And I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. It's only 5% acidity, so I'm taking a bit of a gamble letting it sit, but again, it's a pretty low grade vinegar, so I feel like I can take that risk. With anything stronger, I wouldn't let it sit, but with this stuff, I'm not too fussed. It shouldn't break the mortar down, so you can just see little build up there where the pressure washer's just maybe gotten over the lip of the brick and missed it. Done a pretty good job though. So this is all dry now. The next day, so that brick is completely dry. A lot better. Now you'll notice that the build-up of that algae down there on that brickwork was pretty bad. It's a little bit cooler down there because you're at the basement level. It's a stairwell that leads into the basement. So it's a little bit lower, a little bit cooler, and it's out of direct sunlight, so it's darker. So it's damp, dark, out of sight, which is obviously fertile ground for algae and mold to grow. Sort of the ideal conditions really. So it was pretty bad. I put the vinegar straight onto the brick and you could tell almost immediately that it was having an effect. I have one of those acid brushes and I thought maybe that I could apply some agitation with the brush to help sort of eat away at it, but I don't think I really needed it. You know, the vinegar seems to be doing a decent enough job. Now, of course, I could have used something a lot more powerful. I could have gone to a higher strength vinegar. I am tempted to do that for something that's that bad, because the buildup there, as I say, was quite considerable. So you can go to a higher strength vinegar. You can obviously use some kind of bleach. I try to avoid bleach as best I can unless I absolutely have to. So I wanted to see if the vinegar would sort of suffice. Now it has, but I have to add here that I did something that you're not really supposed to do. And that is, you're not really supposed to use a pressure washer on brick. The guys who do this for a living, they will say that the best way to clean bricks is essentially to take a brush, take some kind of acid, some kind of cleaner, and to scrub them. That is the best way. The fear is that if you apply too much pressure, you're going to not only damage the brick, but you're going to damage the mortar that binds the bricks together. I would guess that the bricks that were made when this house was built, approximately 70 years ago, I would guess those bricks are better than new bricks. In which case, I think those bricks can hold up to a little bit more, a little bit better, to say a pressure washer. And so long as the pressure isn't too high and the nozzle is correct, I think you can get away with using a pressure washer. Now, I will throw the caveat out there. This is my house. I'm willing to take a risk with this. That little area of brickwork is out of sight, is out of mind. If I damage it, it will not be something I have to look at every single day, right? It leads into the basement. I very rarely go down that set of stairs. So I'm willing to sort of test things out with a pressure washer on that set of brickwork. So I think if you're prepared to do a little bit of testing on your own, I would recommend you just find a little section of your house, a little section of brickwork that maybe is a little bit less conspicuous, so that you can just sort of see what a pressure washer does. Also, just as another sort of caveat here, I do think if you have an electric pressure washer, I really don't think they're powerful enough to cause any serious damage. And I'm talking primarily about those little sort of Ryobi style units that, you know, have maybe got 1200 psi and do a gallon a minute or a little bit higher. Honestly, I just don't think they're powerful enough. Unless you're using a red tip or a 0-degree nozzle, I don't think they're powerful enough to damage brickwork. Especially if you're fanning and you're not going right up to the brick, you know, within ½ an inch of the brick with the nozzle. I don't see them being powerful enough to do any long-term damage. So yeah, essentially this video was just to sort of show you what you can kind of do with a little bit of vinegar. I do like using vinegar around the exterior of my property. I don't like putting bleach into the ground or sodium hypochlorite or any of those kind of products. So I try and use vinegar as a substitute, and I'm pretty happy with that brick. Anyway, yeah, I just thought this video would be kind of useful. It shows you what the cleaning power of vinegar does to a pretty heavy buildup of algae. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.